I talked to Mau Mau. The Mau Mau was from the Kikuyu tribe from Kenya. Couple of them over here, and I bumped into one, and he was like, man, y'all supposed to be tearing this bitch up over here. I came over here to give him some aid and assistance. There's nobody for me to help.
Now, what I'm going to say is this. So as somebody in Orisha tradition, right, and this is why y'all got to do your own due diligence on where y'all from. There were places in Oshun State and places like that where when the British were there, we ran into where we couldn't be captured. So there are people that were taken, but when you talk to people from there, from those places, they will point those sites out. So like the Cove of Oshun was one of them. The Cove of Oshun looks like it's shaped like a vagina. It had a stone top. It looks like a clit and everything. We had sacred places in certain places where the British couldn't penetrate, the Dutch couldn't penetrate, people couldn't penetrate them. And then you had other places, particularly like when you talk about the Caribbean, where when people was getting snatched up, they were taking priests. So this is where you see the strong influx of Orisha tradition in the Caribbean, or voodoo in the Caribbean. You had a lot of priests. The priest was the first to go. When they started to trade on us with this ISIS wisdom shit and they looking like you, but they not operating for you, people was getting snatched up. And the priests were the first ones to go. So that's why I tell you, yeah, the chiefs and the priests, because they had to get rid of, look, they do the same shit to us right now.
Kill the leader.
The strong brothers like me and Rod Hayes, they be trying to fuck with us a certain way because why? We have people that listen and understand and they not going for it. So in order to keep control, they're going to try to discredit us. They're going to try to come and, you know, say whatever we extremists, whatever the fuck they make, these words they make up today. They'll do it to women too. Like they'll put words on you that we don't know where the fuck did a feminism come from. Like they'll start just throwing words out they just made up in the last 50 years. And
feminism came about as a patriarchal end run around matriarchy.
Talk that shit, man.
So all it's doing is using patriarchy and replacing the leadership with women. That's not matriarchy.
Go ahead.
Feminism. The feminism is also part of the gay agenda, which is to push lesbianism into the forefront. I know where all that shit came from. I could take you all back to Chauvin and all the motherfucking dirty bastards.
Now
listen where it came from.
Now, this is what I'm gonna say, cause we about to wrap it up. We gave y'all a lot of game today. You know, me and my brother, you know, expect to see us linking up more often, man. Because here's the thing. You're not going to find a lot of brothers, especially in this community, that's really going to stand on a square and just act with honor. And you know, Brother Rod Hayes, not even knowing too much of your background, but I can just get the energy. The ones of us that come from certain backgrounds, like my father was a part of $1 million a month drug operation. He ran with Midget Moley from Atlantic City. So when Midget went down, my father took over that organization. I was almost born in prison. My mom did 6 months of her pregnancy in prison. All right. And so that created a certain upbringing. When a lot of us come from these certain upbringings and we choose to be on a path to fight for things that's right, we the ones that, although it's not always packaged so clean, we gonna let you know the shit, man. We gonna let you know that shit, and we not gonna hold no bars with it. We gonna tell you what's up. And so you gotta realize that this, what you seeing here, you're gonna start seeing it more. You're gonna start seeing other brothers that's strong linking with other brothers that's strong from whatever beliefs they come from. You know what I'm saying? It might be some brothers that could be Israelites, but they standing on their square. Right. And we fuck with them. They
now
might
remember, the tradition on our land, anything that come over here, we gotta get a piece of that. We have to take over any priesthood that come over here on our land because we gotta have a dog in every fucking fight.
Always.
Right? So when you see the chiefs across the land making connections like this, This is the grand call.
Yes, sir.
Right? This is when you see this shit, this is not normal. We normally stay in our own lane and do our own thing to ourselves, and every chief does that until we are met with the same threat.
And brother, tell them this is something that happened around the world. Priestess Lady Al, yes, the women too. This is how you had armies like the Daomian army, where every one man there was 3 women there. And like he said, these chiefs, these different chiefs across the world, when they had common threats that were they seen as a common enemy, they linked the fuck up and they got it popping. Period.
So, what you talking about now? We did when we was faced with white supremacy. White supremacy is a royalist doctrine from the ancient code of kings. When you attack another people on the chessboard, you the white piece. This is called a free white person in law. The white man not even white. He looked like me and you. But we under the impression that the white man is pale skinned. But white supremacy is about the position on the chessboard.
Go ahead.
We came together in the Bang Dong Conference. Look Bang Dong Conference up and look up Sakurno. Because that's when we called the meeting from all of the earth tribes, the chiefs and the priests around the world. And anybody part of white supremacy was not invited on purpose. Because it was us coming together in order to strategize how to conquer a white supremacist agenda when they use pale faces to block institutions. We had already instituted the first wave of defense when we invited half of Europe, who kicked them some bitches out already over here. So then you seen the influx of immigrants at Ellis Island, right? All these immigrants from Europe came over here so we can put friendly pale faces where they had hostile pale faces in order for us to find out what they was doing in secret. Noble Jew Ali found the hornet's nest, and he went up in that motherfucker, put the secrets out in the open, but don't nobody know how to read it but the chiefs on the land.
Facts. And
Right?
this is, and like I said, it's gonna be some shit, y'all, because from this point, we're gonna be elevating, we're gonna keep growing, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep developing as people, and we're gonna keep this shit rocking. From this point, it shouldn't be these veils that keep getting put on you by these spiritual predators, because that's all they doing, y'all. They putting a veil on you, on your eyes, so you don't see what the fuck is going on. And then they're using big words to try to throw you off or make it look like they know something or one or two things, and people falling into it. The people that's really about liberating their self, we're not going to keep falling into that bogus ass shit. So brother Rod Hayes, can you tell them, for those who's coming on, how they can find you, my brother, and be in tune?
So I got a lot of videos on my Facebook page. My Facebook page is Rod Hayes. My profile picture changed regular on there. And my Instagram is where I've been doing most of the work lately. I've been rodhayes.75. And at the top of that page is my secondary IG. So when they block me from doing videos, I can have a backup page called Morpheus Mysticus Magus, which is my priestly name. Right. So that's where I be at. And I don't come over into other people's lane unless they invite me. And even if they hostiles, I'm gonna come. Because even in those hostile communities, we still got righteous people that need to be exposed to the information.
Yes, sir.
Now, it might not go good. Right. I want to smoke.
Yes, when you got warrior energy, it is what it is. Like my sister here, Queen's Throne, she does be calling out the bullshit with sexual things that's happening with sexual assault, things that's happening with sexual deviancy. She will call it out. Shout out to Queen's Throne, yo, because she a real one. She gonna call that bullshit out. It's a lot of people on YouTube that's going to call the fuckery out. And those are the ones that you need to, the ones that the average person think they just running away from. Go see why. Go see why. Go see what's going on. And then discern for yourself. Okay? All of these priesthoods, all of these chiefs, they had secret societies for a reason. It was a reason for it, because they had to operate. The black church had to operate in a secrecy at a point. Understand that this is what has gone on throughout history, y'all. Okay, it's the reason for this shit. And that's real, you know. So with that being said, man, yo, brother, I appreciate you coming on here. I appreciate you dropping gems for the people, exposing the nonsense unapologetically. Unapologetically, because the brother Rod Hayes not apologizing for shit he's saying.
Nope.
When it comes to what he knows is right. He not, you know what I'm saying? He's not doing it. You know what I mean? So these are the type of people that you need to be in tune with, you know? And with that said, man, I love y'all. Brother, appreciate you for coming on, man. This was real. See, I actually went even over the time because I knew like motherfuckers had to get this. I knew it. So, you know, with that being said, y'all stay safe out there, man. Or still stay dangerous, because they're afraid of you for a reason.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
Keep doing what you're doing, God. We on a mission.
Yes, sir.
This shit over with. We just Juneteenth telling them.
Yes, sir.
You know, that's all we doing now. Spread the information, let the people know what the real is, right? As far as the next video, we might not be talking about none of these people, because none of these people that we've been talking about in here is more important than the collective.
That's right. Facts.
Right? And we, me and the king, we don't feel we more important than the collective, because we come from a culture of no big eyes and no little U's. Just because you're capable of doing something don't make you better than a baby.
Yes, sir.
That baby is the future. So whatever you capable of teaching that baby is how we reach the future with better information than we had in the past. Right? So everything we doing is to wake y'all up to the fact that their system is over with.
Right.
And we in a continuity of government, and that's why ain't no ships coming in to the ports. Right? Because the government transition, you can't have the ports freely open. You got to look at what's going on around you more than just in your neighborhood, because this shit is global. All of the clans of the earth, what we call them the tribes of the earth tribes, right? 12 daughters of Isis, all different skin complexions, all different hair textures.
Yes. What y'all do at the end, the so-called end games, you see it.
Yeah.
You see it.
So I appreciate you, King. Keep doing what you're doing. We gonna each one reach one. We all gonna motherfucking teach some.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, brother. Man, y'all stay up. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. On my end, you know, subscribe to this channel. I kick out a lot of information about the cultures that were existing before the corruption. And, you know, we're going to keep elevating, family. 100. I love y'all, man. Stay up.
Peace, family. For myself, I know them motherfuckers ain't us. I tell you how they move. I tell you how to identify them. Right? Now I have to let the righteous Moors know, because it's a whole lot of them. Right? Like one of my homeboys is a grand sheik, and a motherfucker touch him, they gonna have to see me. Right? My brother was a grand sheik. If a motherfucker come up on my brother, he gonna have to see me. When you see one of us, you gonna see all of us. Nigga, we baby kids. We don't die, we multiply. It's family first. Fuck the rest of that shit. And right now, my extended family, the collective tribes from the land, organic to the Americas, that look like this, with hair like this, that they telling us came on ships. Nigga, this is our shit, and we are on the rise to take it back. It's a whole collection of us. And if you don't know who the fuck there is, then you need to be quiet and watch. The shit gonna unfold real soon. Now tonight I gotta go on a show with Black Magic 363, and he got one of the elders, Dr. Phil Valentine, on there, and he got Billy Carson. I got some questions that I think that, because when you have those type of minds, the average person not gonna ask a question that's gonna be thought-provoking and shocking to the audience, because they knowledge base is so vast. The regular person can't question them to get to the meat. The regular person can't ask me, because I have to dumb down to answer the question, because the question required me to dumb down and give you the answer, right? So when you on there with real OGs, with real elders, be they mechanical or not, when you on there with them motherfuckers, the shit gonna come out. They gonna tell you what the real deal is. The gig is up. Now, we gonna go over the documents that are most critical at the moment. The first one is the United Nations Indigenous Rights Act. I think it was 2014. Some people say 2007, but I think it was 2014. In the United States Indigenous Rights Act of 2017, and also you need the continuity of government. That's the blueprint of where we at right now. If you want to know where we at in this transition, look at the continuity of government, because if you don't know how the government is going to pass or switch or change over, you're going to be lost. You're going to be lost. So read the FEMA document for continuity of government. FEMA short for female. This is Big Mama house. We finna put Big Mama back on her seat. I don't care who don't like it. I don't care who don't want her to be this Big Mama versus that Big Mama. I don't care. I just want the shit fixed. I didn't come here to take sides. I didn't come here to play in y'all mortal games of divide and conquer, black against white, tall against short, fat against skinny, retarded against sane. Whatever the fuck your human mortal game is, that's not why I'm here. I'm just here to fix the problem. If you want the solution is simple. Separate from the United States corporate jurisdiction. That means all their paperwork. That means that you're going to temporarily have to leave your job. And it's going to be hard before it get easy. But when it get easy, it's going to be easy with a bang. I'm talking about Mardi Gras from Maine to Arizona, from Alaska to Florida. Mardi Gras, motherfucker. Everywhere you look, we going to be having Mardi Gras. We going to be doing this shit everywhere. That's how we do it. We are a loving, kind, and compassionate people, and we like to have a good time. We like to eat good food, smoke good herbs, and motherfucking dance. This is what we do, and sing. You can't be dancing and singing and stay pissed the fuck off. It's not going to happen. There's something wrong with you if you do. That means that you automatically wired to be evil. It's not that, it's just a lot of them not going to leave their job. I didn't want to leave my job, but I left that motherfucker when I realized what was going on. They had us in slave bondage, and what these motherfuckers is doing is these unions, the leadership of the unions they not even the workers. They getting these appointments to union leadership positions so they can undermine. What y'all don't know about the labor force is this: when the unionized labor start to lose their power, that's killing all workers. Wherever the unionized workforce go, that's where we supposed to be seeking the improvement. They don't the spearhead. Now the spearhead for the union is dull because they got sellouts just taking envelopes full of money under the table in negotiations. And I don't care which union it is, because they all using the same negotiating committees to negotiate a contract that's predicated up on selling out of a what you would call a quid pro quo contract. the UAW upper leadership, they don't even take auto workers contracts